So I put forward a little bit of an intriguing question to Benjamin this week, and I said, okay, if we're having a team event, all right, and we could pick any golfer in the world or any 8 golfers in the world to be on our team, an 8 versus 8 match event to save your life, okay? If you lose, you're getting sacrificed, all right, by someone, okay? Probably not the nicest person in the world, but you're getting sacrificed if you don't pick the 8 best players in the world in a draft format, okay? Who wins that match, okay? And again, little things that you might be thinking, where are we playing this tournament? We're going to play at Augusta, okay? We're going to play at Augusta, an iconic place, somewhere where you probably can look into trends and where people have finished in Augusta in the past, but it's an iconic little tournament, and it's an iconic little course, excuse me, and it also is a nice sort of level playing field. Okay, you could make an argument it suits certain players, but I'd actually argue against that a little bit at times. You know, that this argument that maybe a draw of the golf ball is suited around there. You see plenty of times people who like to shape the ball the other way do absolutely fine round Augusta. So I think it's a very nice course to host this event. Okay, and as I said, draft format. So when me or Ben select a player, the other player can't use that same player. Okay, and this would just be interesting to see who can build the best team out of the world's best players. Ben, you fancying yourself in this little match?
Yeah, are we a couple of questions before we start. What a great game this will be. But are we picking a captain first thing, and are we just giving our names just for the team, and we're not putting them into into twos for like foursomes or anything? We're just going to name our 8.
Yeah, we're just going to name our 8. We're just going to name our 8, and in terms of captains, I didn't put forward the idea of captains just on the basis that we are the captains.
Oh yeah, all right, good shout.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So here we go then. So regarding first pick, okay, Ben as the co-host and as the person who, again, not patronisingly, but I'd like to think that I might have been watching golf a little bit longer. I'd be more than willing to give you the first pick. It's dangerous because there's a clear number 1 pick, but I'd be willing to give you the first pick in this draft. Ben, how are you feeling about that?
Buzzing, and I'm just trying to decide who I'm going to pick. But yeah, buzzing.
But yeah, I hope it shouldn't take too long. Pick number 1, or should it? Or should it? We're gonna get in each other's heads here now and question each other's picks, so to speak. All right. So Ben, with the number 1 pick in the 8 versus 8, Euan versus Ben, top golfers in the world draft. Ben Hartshorn selects.
First selection, because I don't want the other player, is Scotty Scheffler.
Fair play, fair play. And what's your reason?
Well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, that is a self-explanatory one. That is a very self-explanatory one, and yeah, that's absolutely no problem. Ben has Scotty Scheffler to lead his team. I think right now that is a strong selection, to say the least. I might have massively messed up giving you the first pick, just looking at my list that I've got here and my draft board. Again, those of you listening probably aren't that into American sports, but you see in American sports draft boards, and you just have a list of players you want to select. As it falls, it's not looking good if Ben selects who's my number 3 selection. So with my first pick and the number 2 pick here, I'm gonna take my guy Rory McIlroy. He's gonna lead us like he always does in team events to success. All right, Rory comes alive in team events. You know that. I know that, and that's why I'll have Rory McIlroy as my second pick. Ben, reaction to that, and off the back of that, your third pick.
It's my second pick.
Sorry, second pick. Excuse me.
So yeah, obviously Rory, you're going to pick, and again, it's just let's keep boosting Rory's ego because it obviously can't get any freaking bigger. McIlroy isn't a leader. he isn't really anything. So, but I'm not saying Scheffler is, but some of my other players coming will lead the team and hopefully put Scheffler into place as the Americans haven't been able to do for the last two Ryder Cups. My second pick, I'm actually just going to spice it up and not just go for not be a beta male. I'm going to go for JJ Spawn. Um, JJ Spawn, good little auraful player. I see my team will have a lot of aura. They'll have good fashion. And again, just on form of a player, he was excellent at the Ryder Cup, and I think he's an absolute freaking baller out there. JJ Spawn's my second pick.
Lad, that pick is the worst pick. I genuinely think that's a hell of a pick. You might have lost the draft with that pick.
I don't think we're like, yeah, we can, let's just pick the biggest best names. Like, I just want my team to work well together and for my team to enjoy playing together and to have something to actually want to save my life, not just not give a fuck like McIlroy will, because McIlroy doesn't know who you are, but JJ Spawn would actually give a fuck about me. So
Yeah, lad, JJ Spawn, he's won one major and he played solid in Ryder Cup. Okay, he's had a good year last year. One good year, all right. Who like JJ Spawn before that? I mean, he obviously did well in the players as well. Pushed McIlroy. Last time I checked, when he played McIlroy in the playoffs, in the players, he absolutely bottled it and cacked himself. So that's your second pick of
oh, well,
of all the players in the world. You're picking JJ Spawn.
yeah, but I also think JJ Spawn, like what McIlroy hasn't done, is actually winning at a hard course. Um, so what I would say, like JJ Spawn's probably one of the hardest course ever played in a major history, and holding from like 50 foot on the final hole to win. Like he's got a lot about him, which I don't think McIlroy does. Or whoever your second pick does, even though your second pick might be one of my options. But anyway, yeah, you carry on, please.
Yeah, I will carry on, but in the knowledge that I'm absolutely in the lead. I've given you the first pick, and you've gone Scheffler and Spawn. That is controversial to say the least. Um, for my second pick and the fourth pick in the draft, I'm picking Bryson DeChambeau. Like, why would I not? Like, Bryson DeChambeau always up there in majors, absolute don. For all of his shortcomings in the Ryder Cup, he does always put in a shift in match play format. He gave Fitzpatrick a 5-shot head start through playing awfully and managed to halve the match on Sunday in September. Um, Bryson DeChambeau, second pick. McIlroy, DeChambeau, my first two players against Scheffler and Spawn. I know it's not a direct match, but come on, man, that's a mismatch.
So, I mean, you've managed to pick sort of there's two players on tour or in the World of Golf that hate each other more. You probably pick them both straight by each other. They're like, honestly, if they're on a bus together, they'll be absolutely fuming if they're sat by each other. They absolutely hate each other, and ultimately, like they're more worried about who like bench presses the most in the gym than rather than actually playing any fucking golf. But anyway, yeah, I would have had DeChambeau in my side, but again, I'm trying to keep the ego down for some of my later picks. So my third pick, based off obviously as I just spoke about ego or what he can do. He does get on with Scotty. Didn't play well Scotty back in Rome in 23, but I know he'll help Spawn along as well. It's also going to be Brooks Koepka as my third pick. So yeah, obviously, and it probably has vice captain to my captain who will come in later.
Yeah, that's obviously I'm absolutely shocked that you picked Koepka there. Yeah, you can have Kepka. I mean, like right now, like again, I've sort of formed a list of we're going out this weekend, like this weekend to save my life. Who am I going to pick to play the best golf? And Brooks Koepka this weekend. There's a reason that both me and you haven't picked him. I still don't think he's a little. I still don't think he's right up to scratch. Now you might have viewed that differently. I didn't necessarily put that out there this weekend, but like still, I think Brooks Koepka, it's it's slightly preemptive to say, but maybe his best days are behind him. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case, but I'm just clutching at straws since he's on your team now. Fair play, you can have Brooks Koepka. Um, I am going to alternate, and I'm going to do this off the back of the fact that I think you're not going to pick my player who's just above him in the list because I need this player on my team to win the match. Okay, I'm going to pick Patrick Reed.
Any reason, or do you want me to speak?
Well, I just thought, like, obviously I know you're in absolute shock of like the quality of the pick that is that high up just to get him on side. Patrick Reed's record in match play is unbelievable. He's passionate. He's sort of so. I mean, he did just lose in the playoff this weekend, but he's so competitive in those little jewels that he has. He won in Dubai. Again, similar sort of vein, the infamous 2016 duel with McIlroy. He's been a part of so many winning Ryder Cup teams. Even when he goes away and USA get battered, he holds his head up high, he performs well. That guy just does not take no for an answer. And that's what I need. If I'm going to die, if I lose the match, I need Patrick Reed out there.
As I said before, I mean, I think you've picked three of the players that probably hate each other most out there. There's no way DeChambeau gets on with Patrick Reed. But
Yeah, I
anyway,
think
so
they'll be
my
similar. I think they're both technically on.
no chance, no chance. And McIlroy will hate them both with an absolute passion. So my fourth pick, just because I'm just going to sort of, because I know you're not going to pick some players I'm going to pick. So I'm going to go with, just based off putting ability, based off someone that will come back onto tour. And I need the big putters in the big moments, and obviously drive for show, putt for dough. So I'm going for Cam Smith as my fourth pick.
Yeah, I mean, fair play. I mean, obviously we're looking at this and we're going. I was doing my list earlier and I was going, okay, you've obviously got your Europeans, and your American players out there, and then you're thinking, well, which international players am I going to include? And Cam Smith wasn't even a name on my radar, to be honest with you. Cam Smith's gone off the boil since going to Live. He's frying a barbecue every weekend. He's growing his mullet out every weekend. He doesn't care about golf anymore. He doesn't perform in the majors, and you picked him as your fourth pick.
Yeah, because I think he's a great putter, and again, motivating him to play for someone who's going to die, I think he will. I think he will get up for it.
Right, fair enough. Fair enough. That's fair. I mean, again, I think in this draft, this is interesting selection. It's an interesting route from you, to say the least. I've got to say these are some interesting picks. My next pick, recency bias or not, again, match play performance, steeliness under pressure, solid as a rock, not going to let me down. Give me Justin Rose as my next pick, okay? I've got obviously two diehard Europeans and two diehard Americans, but yeah, I'll have Justin Rose next, and I'm buzzing with that because on my list of players that I want, literally, and without giving away sort of what my rankings are, I've got the second, third, fourth, and fifth player on my list, thanks to your random selection of JJ Spawn and Cam Smith. So I'm absolutely buzzing with my draft so far.
Yeah, again, but I work off chemistry. I work off who's going to work well together. Again, you just baited and just sort of ran to the world ranking points and thought, oh, no, they're playing well. I actually, and again, I'm thinking about the golf course as well. I've got some good players who play well around Augusta consistently. Like well, I say not Brooks, like Scotty. Cam Smith came second a couple of years ago. So, but my next pick, I've got some real random names written down here. But just again, I want to enjoy watching my team that are going to save my life play. So I'm going to go for Dustin Johnson as my next pick. And again, when we talk motivation, like, yeah, he'll be the hardest to motivate, I think, DJ. But I think I'm picking players I think can play great golf and have played great golf in the greatest moments. Cam Smith's won the Open at St Andrews. JJ Spawn's won the US Open at Oakmont, the hardest US Open that we've ever seen. Scotty Brooks has won two US Opens. And I'm going for DJ. Couple of majors, a great player, big, strong ball striker, unique swing. So he's going to bring more fans in for my team to watch. and just a great player and a cool name, DJ.
Yeah, I mean, captain of the Aces as well. You forgot to mention that captain of the Aces. Um,
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
Dustin Johnson. I mean, what is this draft from you? I mean, it's so we've got Scheffler, Koepka, no Scheffler, Spawn, Koepka, Cam Smith, and Dustin Johnson. Um, do you value your life?
I just think you're picking such like plebs. Like your team's just full of
Oh yeah, because
plebs. Like there's
Dustin,
so much
yeah,
ego in your team. There's a lot of ego in my. Dustin Johnson hasn't got any like ego like against others. Like he's just calm, isn't he? Where like I think the other Dons are so relaxed, they'll all get on really well. Yours are just like all like really annoying little like terriers at each other, like Patrick Reed and McElroy, like really going at each other, like all trying to get in the gym. Obviously, Patrick will be getting to Mackey's, and again, that's the thing. My team's way fitter than yours. Because like you got McElroy, DeChambeau, and P Reed, like they weigh the same as fucking eight fucking people. So.
but lad. I mean, honestly, you're telling me that my team's full of plebs. Dustin Johnson took a year off for doing cocaine, so I think I'll have you know that I'll have you know that
Yeah,
my
well,
team's actually quite likable.
depending what depending what your opinion is on that sort of antics, like that, yeah, that can be bad. But he obviously fancied a year off, didn't he?
Yeah, and I'm
So, and
also picking the
that's
best
respect
golfers,
'cause it's his
not the
own
people with
life.
the.
He wants to lead his life that way. He can.
Yeah, but I'm also picking the best. I'm also picking the best golfers, not the people with the most attractive wives.
Well, if we were doing that, I'd be winning again. So I'd be winning every freaking like category right now. So
Honestly, the itinerary's
because I
been
got
lost.
Brooks as
The
well.
itinerary's been lost by Ben Artsor now. I mean, this is just, it's so rogue from you. So I'm going to go on to my fifth pick. And for my fifth pick, I mean, this is brilliant now because your players are just not even on my list of players that I want. So, um, so I'm now going to pick John Rahm, and I'm going to pick him because he will win me some matches. He always does. He's another really competitive player. He's one of the world's best. Yes, okay, he hasn't been in the best of form recently, but he did make a run at a couple of signature events last year, a couple of majors last year. Um, he was there or thereabouts, so he's not fallen off the face of the earth. And in the Ryder Cup, he was as trusty as ever. So give me John Rahm, and that gives me my second through to my sixth selections on my list, and I'm buzzing.
Yeah, that's very good. I like John Rahm. John Rahm would have actually been my next pick, just because I needed to throw someone a little bit different in there, someone from Europe in there. But again, so just scanning who I'm going to pick next. So I will just throw in my sort of my wild card in there. That again, when I get this player motivated, when I get this individual sort of back on, and get this individual fit, and get this individual ready to go, and get him to a physio, get him in some ice baths, and this player will do me bits. So my next pick to obviously save my life will be Tiger Woods.
That is.
I don't know why you're laughing. I don't know what. I actually don't know why you're laughing. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Why I don't know why you're laughing. I'm the greatest golfer that's ever lived, that's ever breathed. So, like,
Oh,
out of all the billions of humans, Homo sapiens have ever lived, like this guy's the best with a club in his hand. And I'm not like, are you taking a piss? I'm not going to have him in my team.
man, so ridiculous. No, honestly, this is good. This is good because he's probably only got 12 holes in him anyway, and it'll be done after 12 when one of my guys goes up against him. Like, he's nowhere near the standard. He's coming back, and he's going to try and get 18 holes out of himself. I mean, Tiger Woods, the best golfer to ever live, but I'm not picking Jack Nicklaus to go in my team, in case you're wondering.
Also, yeah, I mean that's a good point. But Tiger Woods has probably got the greatest Augusta course book ever. And like I just think I'll help my team around Augusta. He is the greatest player Augusta's ever seen. So I just think having him on there, having him on property will give him a lift. And again, like we're talking in a perfect world. Tiger Woods will be fit for when he plays in this match. So and he will turn up for me, and I trust Tiger on that.
Well done, well done to Tiger. I mean, Jesus, that is interesting. I mean, your team is like your team. What you've done is you've basically gone like, I'm gonna pick 8 players to save my life, but I'm not allowed to pick anybody like that's playing like the best golf.
Except for the best golfer in the world and the best golfer that's ever lived.
Lad, I don't know what you're doing because when you're picking this draft, all right, what you need to do is pick for the present, okay? Not for the future and definitely not for the past. And what you've done is you pick one player for the present, all right, and then everything else for the past, except for Spawn, which is still the most beta pick I've ever seen. Like seriously, Woods. What's the thinking there?
Woods, look, what I would say, and I'll just throw it back to your picks and say again, your players are good preseason players. Like good in February, good in January. Like that's not what you want. Where my players are ready to go, they're ready to go on demand. They've all been rested well. But again, as I said, you just mentioned Spawn. I've got the best player in the world, who will be the best player in the world for the next 10 years, who will carry my team. JJ Spawns is a great player, and he's getting rocking and rolling. And I'm happy to see JJ Spawn not playing well in January and February. Tiger Woods will be. Well, again, I get what you're saying, but like, I'm not leaving out the greatest player of all time. All right. And he mates with Brooks. Brooks was speaking to him when he went back to the PGA Tour. They obviously mates now, and I'm pleased with my pick. So let's carry on.
Yeah. All right. Well, fine. I mean, it's it'll be an early night for your team, just judging by the draft, because this is ridiculous. For my six,
Early night for me. I'll be dead.
yeah, exactly. That'll be it. That will be. You are absolutely right. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, if we did play this out, you guys would probably find a way of being competitive, which is the worst thing about it. My 6th pick, I'm taking Tommy Fleetwood. I'm taking him. I'm looking at a couple of names that I've got under, and obviously down the list on my draft board, and I'm going, well, I half want them in over Tommy Fleetwood just because I've seen what Tommy's like under pressure on his own. But when he plays on behalf of a team, when he plays for Team Europe, he always comes up trumps. He always performs in America, in Europe, round
Hmm.
Augusta. He's finished solidly. I'm having Tommy Fleetwood, and as I said, that gives me 2 through 7 on my draft board non-stop. I'm buzzing with that.
That's a good pick, Tommy Fleetwood, but I've never seen someone that doesn't back himself more than anyone else in the world. I think I'd go on the PGA Tour and have more confidence in Tommy Fleetwood. But so my next pick, just running off that. So may have to pick some players that like people might actually think I put in, but I'm not actually going to go for that. Now I'm going to go for a player who, again, has got brilliant golf in him and has got a brilliant golf swing in him. So I'm going to go with Adam Scott as my next pick.
Why?
Because he's got a great swing, and again, I just think he matches the aura of my team. And again, I'm going to get my team to play great golf, and my team has better capacity to play better golf than your team. Because I've got probably the two greatest swings of all time in this team, and Kepka, who bullies the ball more than I've ever seen anyone bully the golf ball around. So Adam Scott goes in there, and he's mates with Cam Smith as well.
Right. Well, that's sound. That makes it better. Did you get the memo that this is the 2026 draft and not the 2016 draft? Like, I know that's the trend at the moment. They're like, oh, it's 2016, but like you've actually done this draft and gone right, and you must have just seen a post like, let's throw it back to 2016 and then done your draft.
I just think I've gone for experience than absolute like golfing like prowess currently. So
Right. Well, that's
and so I mean I don't remember JJ Spawn playing well in 2016.
Probably not, but do you know what? He probably there's elements of his game that might even be better than they are now. No, that's a bit harsh. I mean, JJ Spawn's playing well right now. JJ, how are we living in a world where you picked JJ Spawn and I thought that's by far going to be your worst pick? He's your second best pick.
No, he is my worst pick because I've got some absolute golfing gods in my team.
Unbelievable. It's like playing keep ball when you're 3-0 up this draft now. Okay then, so for my 7th pick, my penultimate pick, again, I'm going to do it in a little bit of a weird order, just for the fact of I'd actually prefer to have the player a bit lower down in my list than the player higher up in my list. I think the player higher is just too boring. Um, and I think that since I've won the draft now, I'm going to be a bit creative with my pick. So I am picking Justin Thomas for my 7th pick for, again, a lot of the same reasons. I still haven't picked an international player. I've only picked Europeans or Americans, but I'm taking Justin Thomas on the basis of, again, he likes to show up in match play format. He's always doing us over when the US get the better of us, whether it was even last year when they were on a roll. He was the first one to really start it and get it going. Yeah, Justin Thomas is my 7th pick.
That's a good pick. I've never seen a softer, better golfer than Justin Thomas.
I don't think you can
So,
say that,
I
bearing in
mean,
mind he's
when he sees the
ridiculously
aura of my
competitive.
team, his arm. I just think you'll see my team roll up, and the aura will hit him, snap his arm in half. That's absolutely fine. If you go Justin Thomas, and like I've never seen a lack of major Masters wins here. Like I've got how many made Masters wins have I got here? I've got about 8. I've got so many Masters wins here. I've got almost all my teams except for Spawn and Cam Smith has won the Masters and Brooks. But my next pick, 7th pick, someone who's going to bring the banter to the team, to the squad. Again, I've gone with someone that's not American, someone that I like a lot, someone I'd want to play for me, someone who, when he plays badly, can still win, and someone who's due a major win. I'm going Victor Hovland in my next pick.
Do you know what? Well done. Honestly, round of applause, because that is I did a list of top 20, and what you've done is that's your 3rd player on my list of a possible 8. So Victor Hovland, I mean, he would never have been picked by me because I'm actually way too far up my list now to even have to get down to him. But you are right. I like Victor Hovland. Is he playing the best golf right now? Probably not. So that's why he was down my list, and therefore isn't going in my team. But he could be someone that concerns me in the life versus death matchup. And I'm going to conclude this 8 versus 8 draft with picking, and by picking, what am I going to do here? What am I going to do? I am going to take. Oh, who do I do here? I could do boring. And really win the draft, or I can throw it out there a little bit. I'm going to throw it out there with my actual 20th player out of 20 on the list. But the only reason I'm picking him is because I think he'll die for me, hopefully. If I tell him that I'm going to die if he doesn't win the game, I think he might be able to maybe have a Guinness and lock in. I'm going to take Shane Lowry in the clutch. Just for the reasons I highlighted. I think he's a good player. I think he's a solid player. But I think in a life versus death scenario, I think that Shane Lowry will pull through for me, especially if he gets paired against Woods or Scott or DJ or Cam Smith. Especially, he'll be pulling through against any of them lads. So yeah, I'm taking Shane Lowry. And Ben, reaction to your draft? How do you feel about it?
Shane Lowry's the worst player on this draft. He is rubbish. Like I call him McIlroy's boyfriend because he is just his career's been made by McIlroy. I actually like Shane Lowry, and that party old a Beth Page Pink was a great part. And I've got a lot of respect for him, but he is by far the worst player on this draft. And again, just because he wanted McIlroy to have his one friend on planet Earth there, he's got it. So fair play to Larry for getting in because he knows McIlroy. But so my final pick, I have so many options, and I'll just give you some of the options I've written down just to make you laugh. Like I wrote down Mickelson, I wrote down Woodland, I wrote down Jay Day. But I thought I might as well bring in a player that I think you've mentioned you think will win this year. Just again, bring a bit more quality, some youth to the team. I'm going to go with Xander Schauffele.
Xander Schauffele would be an unbelievable pick. There's one problem though. That's your ninth player, and it's an 8 versus 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah. Xander Schauffele's first sub. He's Ben Artson of this team. He's coming on in the 70th when we're winning 3 or 4 now. So
Xander Schauffele just misses out behind Dustin Johnson, Tiger Woods, and Adam Scott. Unlucky Xander. Unlucky. He's just made 72 straight putts on the PGA Tour, but he's missed out. The Aces captain, Tiger Woods, and Adam Scott, and JJ Spawn. I mean, Xander, as if you didn't need confirmation that your career is going well. Now you can put yourself up there and say, I just need to reach that next level now to get in and push my head through the parapet, so to speak, and get in Ben Hartson's life or death team, because you are first sub, I'm afraid. What's your reaction to your team then? What's your reaction? How are you feeling about it?
my team is excellent, and I didn't need Schauffele in there anyway. But my team is so good, and on the day they will be so good, so much experience, so much. I know I overuse the word, but aura, so much ego, but they'll come together, which great teams do come together sometimes, and they'll play well. They've got the greats of the game in there. They've got some lesser known players like JJ Spawn who humbles the team, and but he's also a great player. Um, I'm pleased with my team. Again, maybe we should count the majors up of who's won the more majors, because I've dominated the major count. I've dominated the experience, and again, it's a team that everyone will want to watch over your team, because there's some great names, some great characters in there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do my majors. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to do it on the spot. I feel like it genuinely would be close though, because I've got McIlroy with 5, DeChambeau with 2, Rose with 1, Reed with 1, Rahm with 1, um, Fleetwood with none, Justin Thomas with 2. Has he got 2 PJs? I think he's got 2 PJs, Justin Thomas. And who else have I got? I've got Lowry with 0. So I feel like I could be competing. Yeah, I mean that is. We'll put that up on.
I think I've got 30 though.
Huh?
I've got 30 majors.
Oh well, yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's a good point. There, good point.
So I've got Tiger.
Yeah, I mean, well, I should have put Nicholas in, and then I'll have had more as well.
Well, no, because Nicholas is about to die.
Yeah, well, from time to time, I think that about Tiger. So it's all relative, isn't it? But
Well, yeah, not from aging though.
well, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, I hope Tiger comes back and wins about 7 more majors. But Jesus Christ, when are we gonna turn around and go like, maybe he's not, maybe he's not, and maybe I wouldn't put him in my life or death team. I maybe put him advising my life or death team from his cart because he can't walk.
We're not. We haven't said if we're allowing carts. And around Augusta National, I'm going to build a path, and we're going to allow a cart.
Okay, well, fine, Jesus.
And Tiger's going to play from the cart.
Okay.
So
What, is he allowed to get out the cart to hit his shots?
yeah, he'll get out like max 10 yards. He'll walk out the cart, and he'll walk onto the green, and he'll save energy.
Yeah.
Because I need him to save energy to play if we're playing a 4-day event. So
yeah, 100%. God forbid it's cold as well, because you're screwed. You're dying if he's cold.
well, we'll do it in June.
Yeah,
so
we'll do
it'll be
it.
sound.
We'll do it in June. Well, there you go. There you go. There is our 8 versus 8 life versus death team. We'll put this up on social media. We'll get your thoughts on whose team you think is going to come through and who you think is going to get sacrificed. I know for a fact that I've got a long and fruitful life ahead of me if this scenario ever went down, because that draft is so outrageous from Ben Armstrong. And we're going to need to work your credibility back up after that. But yeah, there we go. Fantastic little draft, and there we have it.